What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of 4 Dummies, and tonight I am joined with the other 3 dummies. I have Mr. Robert Detoff.
Hello.
Mr. Just One.
Hey, you guys, I got to cancel. I'm sorry.
And Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
And tonight we are going to continue with another collection critique. We're going to do back-to-backs this month, so you guys can all be excited about that. You know the routine. Check your feelings at the door. If you want the uncut version of this episode, please tune in to the Bobby Skullface Patreon at the $5 level, where you can get the uncut hour-long episode of this and all previous episodes for a monthly subscription.
Hold on, though. Let me tell you guys. If you enjoy Dummies, anyone could tell you. Anyone who's a patron, and there's a bunch. Mm-hmm. The uncut is exponentially better.
It is,
because we get to be naughty.
Yeah, we let the stuff I don't post roll. If you're on the Patreon and you listen to Uncut Dummies, just type in the comments, "They have no idea." Just type, "They have no idea," and that'll be a cosign. But listen, we're skipping one entry ahead of the pack. This is the first time we've ever done it, and it's because I shared it with the dummies last month, and they said, look, we got to talk about this next entry. No questions asked. So this is from Kevin E. He has a G1 collection, and let me tell you something. He has taken the most terrible-looking figures and made them look better than 90% of all of your entries.
This is gorgeous.
It's art.
It is art. And you know what? I'm drawn to each piece.
Yep.
The only one that bugs me out is the sound wave. I think it's the coloring on Ravage and maybe the angle of the photo. It comes off as sloppy.
Ravage looks too close.
Yeah, Ravage looks too close. And there's also, if I wanted to nitpick, I would say the contrast color of the back of Soundwave probably isn't enough. But like, be that as it may.
You want to nitpick because it's so good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, if we're nitpicking you right now, it's because we love this so much. We want it. Like, you came so close to the sun. We want to get you there, Icarus.
Well, and I think everything's trial and error too. You know, like I think the gray frame for the Starscream maybe should be red. It just falls because it's also white. It just doesn't bounce.
Right. Good call. Red frame for Starscream.
Right. Megatron and Starscream's backgrounds are too similar, and I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
The Megatron works for me though.
I agree, because the silver,
two of them next to each other like this.
Yeah, I agree. And Thundercracker doesn't help at all. Like the G1 stuff, we always talk about nostalgia and why certain stuff tugs on our nostalgia strings or whatever, but like this is the nostalgia. There's no interpreting it. It is the nostalgia. And the truth of the matter is the robots look like but the alt modes are presentable. They're still presentable. And he's taken the best things about them, framed them, made them look classy, and projected them in a way that gives you the nostalgia, gives you the feels, connects to your childhood, and looks sharp.
Yeah, like it's just, you're right. Man, you really encapsulated it right there. It's cool as man. You did something that, My favorite one.
Can I take a guess?
Insecticons.
I was going to say it's either the Insecticons or the Constructicons. And the truth is he knows they're the best also because he singled them out.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
because they look like bugs in a shadow box.
They do.
Right, that's what it looks like. And I wonder if that's where the idea came from. Is he started with these going, I'm going to pin them like people that like collect actual like bugs,
insects,
in them, you know. And I wonder if like that's where it started. And it just, I think the weakest one for me out of all of them is the Combaticons, but only just because they feel like they're so crammed in there.
The color, and the color palette, it seems just very. What is it, black and dark?
Yeah, there's some color palette issues in here, but I want to express to this dude, this is so far beyond what we normally see. Like we're all in awe of this, but as outsiders looking at it and appreciating this breath of fresh air, we can see that there's some color palette choices that could enhance this and make it look as great as the Skywarp, the Insecticons, and the Constructicons, because those are the 3 standouts.
But even if you never change any of them, I still wouldn't be mad at it.
Agreed.
It is the breath fresh air. It's the dopest, one of the dopest. It's one of the most original collections I've seen.
I love it too, but like I need a little more consistency in the frames. So I don't know if like all 4 corners were black and then we have like 3 silver just randomly. And then we have like 4
and 1
black,
blue.
but they're all over.
But it is tricky,
so
right?
I don't know if we did the purple frame, the red frame, and the blue frame in the middle, kept the green frame for the Devastator, and then had 4 black frames around the edge and kept the silver frame for the Megatron, maybe.
Yeah,
I feel like we need some symmetry in color.
It gets.
For the frames. But other than that, I mean, it looks awesome.
This looks like somebody really trying to pay an homage and write a love letter to their childhood. This is brilliant. It's creative, it's unique, it's different, it's classy, it's smart. It's one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, me too. I want to know where dude got the idea from and just the this is one where because it does look like art, now I'm interested in the process.
100%.
What people usually do is they put these figures on a shelf and they're displaying action figures that don't look good. Mm-hmm. He turned something into art.
Yeah, with arguably the worst looking things. That's to me is the takeaway. It doesn't matter how incredible or not the piece is. It doesn't matter if it's a $5,000 XM statue of Optimus Prime or a $14 deluxe. It's how you present it.
Yeah, fact.
Bravo. Kevin E., you have my respect. All right, let's move on. This is St. John. So I'm not sure if it's actually St. John. It's STIJN 17.
St. John, I love your music. I hope your collection
I do
good.
love his music also. Now, St. John.
Oh. No.
So here's the thing.
Better than the last, I'll tell you that.
So here's the thing, St. John, and I know your name is not St. John, but I'm going to call you it because it's easy. You had an unfair deck of cards dealt to you, where you had to follow behind this gentleman that we just all think is brilliant, and you, sir, have more work to do in your respective field.
It's just a little crowded.
It's too crowded. The soulless case of glass. Too many characters the same level on the same frame.
Too deep. His shelves are.
If I had to pick out a positive, it's that I think that the alt mode shelf does kind of work. It reminds me of somebody that would display a Matchbox collection and have his cars laid out, and it works well enough, but the rest of it needs work.
It's cluttered and it needs to be lit. It's all the usual stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think the cubic volume is on one of those in that display case?
I don't know. It is an interesting display case, though. It's not
40 gallons?
It's not a bad display case.
No, I think it's what's on top of these things.
So here's the thing. That's what I was going to get to, Jisk. Whatever this first picture is that he decided to lead with, huge mistake.
Yeah.
So here, and this is also to those that submit entries in the future. First impressions are a and this is your display is better than the first impressions that I received off of your entry. But whatever this first picture is, completely rethink that. You're off on the wrong foot.
Hey, Bobby, who's the bad criminal on the left? You don't see that cliff jumper thing?
Oh,
the bad criminal?
You mean a smooth criminal?
A smooth criminal.
Oh, yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Smooth criminal, bad criminal.
This bad criminal is the opposite of a smooth criminal.
Oh, he's doing smooth criminal.
St. John, unfortunately...
that joke would have really worked had he landed it right.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately, St. John, you got a lot of work to do. However, I will say that you have a pretty nice taste in furniture. I think this case is nice. You just need to rethink how you're going to present, so to speak.
And the room is nice. You know what I mean? The floors.
Yeah, the floors look great.
A lot of potential.
And whatever's going on in the background, you got something lit or maybe it's at your window.
That's a window.
Yeah,
I think we just need some risers and we need to thin it out and some lighting. And
So we're going to move on to this next one, which is, you know what? I think we've looked at this before.
I don't remember this because I don't remember all the cars.
We definitely did not.
The dummies have all agreed that it is not. So our next submission is from Greg Z. So we don't really get a great idea of the whole space. However,
it's awesome.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I do too.
I think this dude has this car collection.
Right.
Whoa.
And then on the top of all the cars is where he's put the figures that matter to him.
Oh my God. This guy beats up kids from Matchbox cars at Target.
They're not even Matchbox though. I think they're bigger than that. I'm going to tell you that this car collection is so dope that the figures on top make it look less classy.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I get it. Because in his mind, he's like, these are Transformer guys. These are action figures guys. I'm going to include the pictures of the action figures to try to sway them. But this guy's a car collector. And his car collection is fantastic. And the fact that they're all color coordinated, everything is lined up, everything looks purposeful. I don't know anything about cars. I drive a Civic. It's embarrassing.
I drive a Civic and it's fine.
I would walk into this room and feel instantly in awe of it. I would get it immediately. I would totally understand that this guy understands cars in a way that I don't. He cares about cars in a way that I don't. And he has shown that to a terrific magnitude that I could only fathom.
But I do have one bone to pick with him though.
Let's do it.
Okay, You've got white cars, black cars, red cars, silver cars. You can't have mismatched figures in the middle of each. He's got Power Rangers, whatever that guy is. He's got a RoboCop. The color schemes don't match. Forget character theme.
Right.
You've got to have figures that whose color scheme matches.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like even with like that row of white cars, like a Wheeljack probably looks better in there than that Beast Wars or MMPR figure that you have in there.
Yeah, I mean RoboCop doesn't match with the black figures. The Predator doesn't match with the red cars, but
RoboCop's a bit closer, to be fair. And Terminator works also because it's the skeleton with the silver cars. But I agree with you. The Predator and the Power Ranger villain, I think it's a villain, they don't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fantastic. And like your figures and stuff are cool. And I can tell that you dig them also. But the fact that they're an afterthought to the car collection is obvious. And your car collection is amazing, dude. You've done a great job. Like I don't have any advice for your car collection. It's perfect.
But even the figures, like he's definitely paid attention to the levels and varying heights. And
the one table shot where he has 30,000 cars like on an aircraft carrier. Dude, we don't need to see your freaking white glove. We know you handle them with white gloves. I don't like you now. I don't like
the Transformer shelf. I think is fine. I think it's actually cleaner than a lot of Transformer shelves that we see. Yeah. But when compared to your car collection, it still ends up looking like.
It looks like
it just looks boring in comparison.
It just looks boring in comparison.
Why would you?
It's not that it's bad because it's actually pretty good. Like I think the Transformer shelf is actually pretty good.
I agree.
You do have a glass case full of Transformers that just needs to go.
No, it's a nice. I think it's a nice looking case. You just have to like.
It's too much.
Like the top.
It's too
shelf,
much.
The top shelf needs to be like you need to thin them out.
I just put all cars in there. Just get rid of those Transformers and put cars.
Yeah, but just put more cars in there. Save the top shelf for like tractor trailers.
I want to go back to it. I know we made a lot of jokes. Man, yeah, that car collection's dope. I'm glad we've seen it because we normally just look at Transformers and figures, so it's nice to see.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Something different.
Your car collection, like it's a breath of fresh air, and not just because it's something different, but because it's something different and something curated to a level that we haven't seen before.
Dude, he's got one in here where it's a guy just looks like he's waxing the car. It's just dope.
This is Javier H. All of his pictures are sideways, so I got to fix that later.
Oh yeah, man.
No. Give it to him sideways.
That's true. Javier how he submitted him.
You know what? They're better sideways.
Objectively and honestly, like there's going to be tons of criticism coming to this, but the stuff that you have in box is my favorite stuff.
Spawn? No.
All of it, whatever it is. Like there's tons of stuff that he has like on card, in box, pinned to a wall.
It's all Spawn. It looks like majority Spawn stuff.
Yeah, but like at least it's sharp, clean, collected. It's the stuff that's not that kind of looks a little too willy-nilly for me.
Wait. He took his spare Billy shelves, put them on the floor, and put figures on them.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Meanwhile, you've got Kang toys on a skinny Billy with like 3 feet of empty space above their heads.
Yeah, that's not okay, buddy.
Listen, Javier, do you have like a crick in your neck?
Listen.
So look.
Check this out.
It's a lot going on. I think especially because you're in a room that looks like it's an attic because of all the
angled
walls.
I
just feel like you gave me a tour of your attic. I think that you're at a point now where like, all right, it's time to really think about your space and start buying some furniture that's specific for the space.
Yeah, because he's got some good figures and stuff. Like if you look at what's on his shelves, like he has some high quality stuff. It's not like he's sparing the pocketbook, you know. So wait,
hold on.
Like I think a lot of it looks actually good. Like I think the figures on the wall look good. I think all the on the floor not good.
Laura, second to last photo.
Look. Yeah.
Listen.
We got
check this out, Laura.
Spawn.
I know your favorite
Spawn hanging from a chain.
Yes, that's your favorite.
I do love it. He's a big Spawn fan.
He is a big Spawn fan. And Laura likes Spawn too.
I do like Spawn.
So that same picture in the bottom right corner, what the hell is that Classic Treasures all about? What's up with that Classic Treasures?
All I know is, man, why do you think a free Billy shelf on the floor is a display space? Just put your toys on the floor.
Yeah, no, you're right. You got to get them toys up off the floor. You got to do it. Look, I'm not telling you anything your parents haven't told you.
Get your toys off the floor.
Get your toys off the floor.
Because it's
a bad idea. Listen, your carpet is trying to tell you it's not a good idea, but you do not want to listen.
He can't fit his entire Transformers Prime collection on one Billy shelf in the shelf. So he removed it and put it on the floor. That's what happened.
So look, our general thoughts are you have some nice pieces. Laura and I like the stuff hung on the wall, but you got to realize that the pieces need to go on the furniture. That they need to go on the furniture. They can't go on the floor. That's the main takeaway from this. Get the stuff off the floor. Pick your toys up. With that being said, if you want to hear the rest of this conversation, you got to subscribe to Patreon, and you can hear the uncut hour-long conversation.
I need a behind-the-scenes photo of Dummies.
Chicken noodle soup.
Jugglers. I need Bobby's face on memes. I need a picture of Sombrero.
I want a bank vault, and I want yogurt from Spaceballs.